Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news podcast on TayNinhTV with some last events and now private as well as nationwide. And here are our story today. Ladies and gentlemen, on July the 5th, Mr. Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa, Politburo member, Secretary of the Party Central Committee and Head of Central Propaganda and Mass Mobilization Commission, visited Division 5 of the Army. The delegation included Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Head of National Assembly Delegation of TayNinhTV Province. Head of the Central Propaganda and Mass Mobilization Commission Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa acknowledged and commented the results and achievements that the officers and soldiers of Division 5 have achieved in the past time. At the same time, he requested the party committee's political commission, political officials, commanders at all levels, and officers and soldiers of the entire division to continue to thoroughly grasp and successfully implement the resolution of the 13th National Party Congress, the resolution of the Central Military Commission, and the party committees on levels on leading the task in 2025, focus on improving the overall quality and combat strength of the division, strictly maintain the discipline and combat readiness policies, proactively grasp the situation and handle it flexibly and sensitively and avoid surprises in any situation. On the same day, the delegation also offered incense at the Ho Chi Minh Memorial House and the monument to the names of more than 34,000 heroic martyrs of the division who heroically sacrificed on the battlefields.
At the Ministry of Public Security, the National Data Center held a launching ceremony for the Center for Innovation, Data Exploitation and the Department of Security and System Safety. This is an important step to promote the exploitation, sharing and security of national data effectively and sustainably. Major General Nguyễn Ngọc Cường, Director of the National Data Center, requested the two new units to urgently build a legal corridor, protect intellectual property from data, and develop an ecosystem of data innovation. The Center for Innovation, Data Exploitation is positioned as the brand of innovation in the field of data, promoting the application of core technology, creating value for management and social economic development. At the launching ceremony, the cooperation agreement was signed between the Center and 27 strategic technology partners, along with an exhibition introducing six core data products researched and developed by Vietnamese enterprises such as National Blockchain Platform, Virtual Assistant Rapid, National Data Exchange, etc. The event demonstrated Vietnam's ability to master technology and aspiration to create a digital nation.
And at TayNinhTV Party Secretary Chairman of the World People's Council, Lê Minh Thế, chaired the conference to announce the decision on the establishment of agencies, units, and the personal work. At the conference, delegates heard the announcement of an important decision related to the organization and personnel of the party committee and the TayNinhTV government. Accordingly, the TayNinhTV Party Committee was officially established with 65 affiliated party organizations and more than 4,000 direct party members. The World Party Committee Executive Committee consists of 23 members, of which the Standing Committee has 11 members, and Mr. Lê Minh Thế was appointed to hold position as the Party Committee Secretary. Ms. Cao Thị Thu hold the position as Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Party Committee, and Ms. Nguyễn Thị Hoàng Oanh, the Chairwoman of the World People's Committee, to hold the position as Deputy Secretary of the Party Committee. And the conference announced the decision to establish associations and units under the Party Committee, the People's Committee, and the Vietnam Fallen Phone Committee of the World. In addition, the conference also announced the decision of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Vietnam Fallen Phone Committee on the establishment of the Vietnam Fallen Phone Committee of TayNinhTV, recognizing the committee members and Standing Committee of the Vietnam Fallen Phone Committee of the World for the 2024 to 2029 term. Decisions of the Standing Committee of the World Party Committee on the establishment of the Vietnam Fallen Phone Committee of the World and affiliated social political organizations. On this occasion, the leaders of the Party Committee and the TayNinhTV government also presented a decision on the appointment and assignment of clerks and civil servants to hold the leadership positions in the newly established agencies and units. Speaking at the conference, the party secretary and chairman of the World People's Council, Lim Tae, congratulated the courts and civil servants who were trusted to be appointed and assigned. In the coming time, facing many important political tasks with high requirements on quality and progress, he requested that the courts and civil servant leading agencies and units promote a sense of responsibility, solidarity, creativity, reps and stick to the task quickly, stabilize the organization, effectively deploy the work, and meet the requirements and tasks in the new period. And on July the 5th, the Provincial Youth Union, the Vietnam Youth Federation of Tân An Province, chair and coordinated with the Youth Union of the Vietnam News Agency Information Center in the Southern Region and the Youth Union of Ho Chi Minh City Oncology Hospital and accompanying units to organize the festival Young Doctor Follow Alcohol Teachings, volunteer for the community health in 2025. The Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Philanthropic Committee of the province and Secretary of the Tân An Provincial Youth Union Trần Hải Phú and the local leaders and also representatives of the accompanying units attended the event.
With the team, young doctors take the initiative. Strike in the digital age, the program awarded 300 free medical examinations and medicine worth 70 million Vietnam dong and 300 gifts worth 195 million Vietnam dong to people coming to the commune for medical examination. Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Parliament Committee of the Province Secretary of Tân An Provincial Youth Union Trần Hải Phú said that this is the first activity after the merger of Long An Provincial Youth Union and Tân An Provincial Youth Union. The activity not only marks a new beginning for the Provincial Youth Union, but also strongly demonstrates the sense of responsibility and affection of the youth towards the community. The program is a meaningful and practical activity to welcome the party canvassers at all levels for the 2025-2030 term and respond to the 2025 Summer Youth Volunteer Campaign. Thereby, it contributes to strengthening the spirit of shock, mutual love and affection among the team of young doctors, union members and youth, affirming the role and contribution of the youth in the work of caring for, protecting and improving people's health.
And ladies and gentlemen, in the atmosphere of the month of gratitude in July, the National Assembly delegation of the province coordinated to organize the program Brightening the Eyes of Vietnam and presented the gifts of gratitude to exemplary families of the policy. 30 gifts were sent to those who sacrificed their youth for the national independence. This gift not only has material value, but above all, is a profound reminder of the morality of drinking water, remembering its source in today's era. The program is one of the series of activities to celebrate the World Values and Motors Day this year, carrying many meanings, showing the deep concern of the party state and authorities on levels for the previous generation, those who contributed to today's independence and freedom. And through the country actions, the program contributes to connecting the current generation with the heroic tradition of the nation, so that the past is not forgotten and gratitude does not stop at words. In the past time, the National Assembly delegation of Tân An Province has not only performed the duties of a National Assembly delegate, but also implemented many meaningful and practical social activities, contributing to sharing and encouraging the families with meritorious services, the people with meritorious services, as well as the poor and disadvantaged people in the province to help them overcome their own days and have the better life, contributing to building the homeland and their country also. And the program is family with the meritorious services was directly visited and encouraged by the delegates and accompanying unit, showing practical and close concern. Its gift, although not of great material value, contained the heart, sincere and deep gratitude, warming the heart of not only those who had contributed to the revolution, but also their relatives. Since the Parliament family has been very poor and miserable, but the government has just given me a house and a resettlement area. But now that the superiors have considered allowing me to come here to attend this meeting, I'm very happy and very honored and grateful to the party, the state, and the National Assembly also. I thank the National Assembly delegation of Tân An Province and the benefactors for taking care of my mother and the uncles and aunts who have contributed to the revolution. This is not a temporary concern. This is not a one-time temporary concern, but it's something that happens every year, and this is the time. This is the meeting. This is the first time every year we still send gifts and greetings to the families who have contributed to the revolution and the wounded and the fallen soldiers. My mother and I are very happy and grateful. And this time, the National Assembly delegation of Tây Ninh province also officially launched the program Brightening Vietnamese Eyes with nearly 400 free eye examination, consultations, and surgeries for relatives of policy families, core soldiers, and the people. This is thanks to the attention, gratitude, and valuable support from the sponsor businesses inside and outside the province, with a total amount of 560 million Vietnam dong. This year, with a heart that we are deeply touched and very honored, it must be said that the organizer invited us and we were honored to present the gifts of the group. And this gives also our deep gratitude for the contribution of the people, of those who sacrificed for the revolution from the resistance war against France until now, especially the resistance war against the American. In the flow of gratitude in July, meetings, sharing, and healthcare like this are the connecting between the generations and between those who have contributed and those who are continuing building the country. Although times have changed, the spirit of when drinking water remains a resource is always be a thread running through it, fostering more faith, cultivating more responsibility for today's generation to live up the sacrifices of their predecessors. And in recent times, the Provincial Public Administration Service Center has effectively promoted its role as a focal point for receiving and returning administrative procedure results to the people, organizations, and businesses. The center has received and processed documents on schedule and in accordance with procedures to ensure the convenience for the people and businesses. In recent times, the Provincial Public Administration Service Center has effectively promoted its role as a focal point for receiving and returning administrative procedure results to the people, organizations, and businesses. The center has received and processed documents on schedule and in accordance with the procedures to ensure the convenience for people and businesses. And a team of civil servants and public employees at the center always uphold the spirit of responsibility, enthusiasm, and thoughtfulness in guiding and supporting the people. The application of information technology has been enhanced, helping to improve the efficiency of receiving documents online and shortening the processing time also. In May of 2005, the Provincial Public Administration Service Center returned administrative procedure results for over 9,600 documents, of which the rate of returning results on time reached over 99%. And the assessment of spirit, responsibility, and service attitude of civil servants and public employees working at the Public Administration Service Center in receiving and returning results of administrative procedure settlement is carried out regularly and continuously. Specifically, the satisfaction of individuals, organizations, and businesses was surveyed on a tablet system at the center counters in April of 2005 with a total of 1,057 reviews, of which 937 were very satisfied and 320 were certified. And with its strategic location being a great way for trade between the southern key economic zone and Cambodia, along with an increasingly complex infrastructure system, Tây Ninh province is becoming an ideal destination for international investors.
To date, the Ninh province has had about 1,850 FDI projects with a total registered capital of nearly $23 billion. This impressive figure is a clear demonstration of the province's attractiveness. To achieve this result, the Ninh has continuously improved the investment and business environment, simplify administrative procedures, and issue many attractive incentive policies. Typically, support policies on land, taxes, as well as investment in high-quality quality human resources have contributed to creating solid confidence for investors. In addition, maintaining the Provincial Competitiveness Index or PCI and the local government's initiative in dialogue, listening and promptly resolving enterprise problems are also important factors helping TayNinhTV retain and attract more large projects. Positive signals from FDI capital flows not only help localities increase development resources, but also create many job opportunities and improve people's lives.
And ladies and gentlemen, in the process of operating the two-level local government model in the province, VNBT TayNinhTV has promoted its role as a strategic technology partner, ensuring digital platforms for connection and smooth operation. And ladies and gentlemen, on July the 1st, the first day of operating the two-level local government, VNBT TayNinhTV staff was present early in the communes and was to directly support infrastructure, transmission lines, subway and operations of the grassroots staff and civil servants. Before that, VNBT also closely coordinated with the locality to connect and pilot the two-level local government model on the National Public Service Portal. During the operation of the two-level government of the province and communes, the VNBT team was on duty and staff were on duty at the Public Administration Center of the world to check the network connection to ensure the smooth reception and processing of administrative procedures records for the people. And currently, the network connection that the Public Administrative Center is using from VNBT is stable, high-speed, fast, ensuring the reception of records on the network environment for the people when coming to transact at the Public Administrative Center of TayNinhTV province. The implementation of a two-level local government model is a major shift in the organization of the government apparatus, in which digital government, including the digital infrastructure and technology solution, plays a particularly important role in supporting the governments to operate effectively and efficiently. And with the support of VNBT TayNinhTV, the two-level government model in the province is not only technical guarantee but also opens a new era where all procedures are transparent, on data is seamless, and on people have the right to access public service. The staff here support me very enthusiastically, giving detailed instructions on what I need to know to prepare my documents well. I feel that implementing the two-level government model is very convenient for the people because, first of all, it is easier and there are specific and dedicated instructions. The silent but effective contribution of VNBT TayNinhTV have helped new communes and worlds in TayNinhTV overcome the initiative stage with many challenges and creating the premise for a modern government, better serving the needs of the people and businesses in the period of comprehensive digital transformation. And Tangbang People's Committee had just held a conference to report on the operation of units, pointed out difficulties and obstacles, and proposed the solution to effectively implement the tasks after the merger. After the first days of operation under the new model, Tangbang People's Committee still encounter more difficulties, especially in handling access transfer between the department's offices, and the software system of the current one-stop department is not operating stably, and the World Public Service Supply Center does not have a stable headquarters, classroom, facilities of schools and teachers in the world are still lacking also. And Mr. Trần Minh Tâm, Chairman of Tangbang People's Committee, emphasized that the departments and offices must, based on their practical situation, to quickly resolve the work and promptly draw experiences, gradually adjust the inventories and not to create bottlenecks, not to interrupt in the process of operating and serving the people. And the People's Committee of Quảng Ninh Province had just agreed to allow Hạ Long Sun Company Limited to organize a high-altitude fireworks display at Hạ Long International Passenger Port and Sun Carnival Square in Bãi Cháy World. According to the plan, the fireworks display will take place from July 4 and last until January 1st, 2026, held every Friday and Saturday evening, as well as on major holidays. Each night of fireworks will last 15 minutes, with three high-altitude and low-altitude starting points. The weekly fireworks display is expected to become a new highlight, increasing the attraction of night tourism products in Quảng Ninh during the peak summer and the last months of the year. And from July the 1st, more than 250 chronic diseases with stable treatment will be provided with the medicine for up to 3 months per time instead of a maximum of 30 days as before. This is one of the new regulations in Circular number 26 of 2005 of Ministry of Health aiming to tighten the medicine prescription process, the use of medicine safely and reasonably, and at the same time improve the quality of medical examination and treatment. Having had a liver transplant for 10 months ago, this man now has gradually stabilized his indicators have improved again. Instead of 1 time per week, he now only have to check up every 4 weeks. And if he just 1 day late for the checkup, he will no longer have medicine to take. There are a lot of patients here. We go every month for 4 weeks 1 time and have to wake up very early because I have the blood testing and withdraw on the time. When the travel cost is nearly 1 kilometer, waiting is very difficult. And when they learn that they would be given medicine for 3 months per time, their transplant patients are on very excited because if they were given medicine for a longer period, it means they would not have to travel as much as they would be less interruption and keeping of the medicine. Very excited because we can also monitor ourselves, and if there are any unusual symptoms, we can go to the hospital at any time. This is very exciting because all organ transplant patients, when hearing the news, are like a round meeting van. This is a policy that is very popular with the people. There are days when we have to examine for 120 patients to get the medicine in 1 day. The patients who live far away have to see each other every month, and which is very difficult. Some patients only get medicine. This is the good news not only for us but also for patients. Patients will have time and money on travel expenses. Patients will save time and money on travel expenses, and the patient organ transplants are unsusceptible to infection, especially when exposed to the crowded places. And according to the recent circular issued by the Ministry of Health on regulations on prescription and outpatient prescription, there will be 252 chronic diseases that will be given medicine for more than 30 days instead of maximum for 30 days as before. This list of the 252 diseases normally includes the common diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, asthma, COPD, anxiety disorder, depression, etc., but also extend to many other diseases such as hepatitis B and HIV/AIDS, hypothyroidism, pituitary failure, and demographic disorders of blood and immune diseases such as thalassemia and hemolytic anemia, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Parkinson, Alzheimer's, and dementia, etc. And the list also includes some gynecological diseases in adolescents such as menorrhagia during puberty, and the doctor will have to evaluate each patient to decide the number of the days for medication, which can be 30, 60, or up to 90 days. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.